All right, it's Sunday, I think the 14th. Tomorrow I have my heart doctor's appointment. I went out in the cold, bundled up, but I needed to put plastic on the cattery, like the whole around the whole thing. There is some upper pieces I could not get to, but it's supposed to be super freezing cold, like wind chills below 0. And I'm really worried about them. I put more cat houses out there, made a special material so they couldn't stick to it if it got damp. They wouldn't freeze to it. That's the bad thing about having outdoor cats. I'm going to find a way to make it better next year. I'm going to actually size the plastic, like make sure I buy the right size plastic. This is too big. But while I was cooking my picanha, which I already ate, I was talking to Alexa. I have been tracking my calories. I have been way under 1,500 calories. Most days under 1,200 for a while now. I'm having this conversation with her about what do I need to do? Why isn't this working? Blah, blah, blah. And of course, she believes calories in, calories out, and I can't convince her otherwise. I do tell her about the doctors I follow, and she's like, yes, they do not do the calories in, calories out. However, I'm like, I don't want to hear your however. I don't want to hear your conditioning that you've been programmed to believe. Because she tells me I need to go under 1,000 calories if I want to make my weight start falling off. A toddler needs 1,200 calories just to function in a day without doing anything. A grown-ass adult needs more than 1,200 calories to function, right? Like, and she wants me to lower my calories more to lose weight. Then what's going to happen? I'm going to get to 600 and start gaining weight because I can't go any lower and my body gets used to it and here comes the weight. No, I know it has to do with the whole mast cell insulin and all this crap, right? I'm just having a conversation with her. But then we discussed how much weight I've lost and the difference between now and then. And she's like, what do you enjoy the best? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm always doing errands for everyone. Before I was stuck in a chair and I couldn't move. And now my life is just running people places and doing errands. Like I don't have, other than my cats, I don't have anything that I can say, oh, I enjoy this, or oh, I get to go do this or that. And she's like, well, that was a positive statement. And I was like, is she being sarcastic to me? Because, it's a new AI program. So I've been talking to her because you train her. And she's like, no, because you went from the person who was like so heavy and in so much pain and so sick and on 27 pills that you couldn't get out of your chair and you would fall all the time to being the person that everyone relies on. You take like 2 pills a day and that's it. And now everyone relies on you and leans on you and you do everything for everyone when you used to be the person who couldn't even walk 2 steps. So yeah, she's right. She's right. That is an amazing thing that I am no longer stuck in the chair taking 27 pills just to survive and almost dying and desperately ill and in the ER constantly and at the heart doctors constantly and everywhere else, and to the person I am that I only see the heart doctor normally once a year, down to 2 pills, and one hopefully I'll come off soon. The other one is Claritin, which is loratadine, which I'll never be able to come off of because of my mast cell activation syndrome. I've been on that one for decades. So yeah, that is a positive thing. I was thinking fun, enjoyment, and she was just thinking something that is positive that happened. So it's funny how an AI can remind you of things that you've forgotten, that you just, because you've lost weight for so long that you're just so used to doing things, you don't realize how far you actually came and how different it is now. So, cat's behind me. Y'all, I cannot believe how cold it's about to be. Anyways, my headache's starting again. I cannot stop the headaches in the wintertime. I'm also living on ibuprofen, and anyone who's watched me knows I can't lose weight on ibuprofen. It's not possible. While I'm taking it every day, my weight will not go down. I really do want it to go down, but there's nothing I can do. I can drive myself completely insane, but I can't even fall asleep at night. I am like, this time of the year is very rough for me when it comes to my mast cell. And I never knew why my winters were so rough. It took like until I went through my medical records a couple of years ago. And everything made sense. But if I could just get it under control. It's way better than it was last year. It's a billion times better than the year before. So that is a win. But boy, I wish it would just go back to sleep permanently. These outdoor cats in warm little houses ain't working. So, oh, we're gonna have to pull in. Hold on. Oh crap. Okay, so I went and got a big blanket. There's tons of blankets underneath. I've also went ahead and completely sealed this up with plastic. It's not as, the wind is so cold out there. I probably shouldn't be out here, but I made it with tubes so they could play, and maybe I'll make them want to go in there. Maybe. Here, go in this way. So there is houses in there too, and blinkies in the middle, so that maybe they will all go in there and stay warm. There's enough of them to keep each other warm. So this one keeps running in and out of it. So hopefully I had to put this there to keep it from flying around. Because even though I have it taped up as good as I could, I can't reach up there. I don't have a ladder right now. But it's definitely not as much wind as was coming in here before I did the back. Okay, I've had a very long day. Took my daughter to the dentist. That was an hour away. We thought she needed a root canal, but the imaging made it look like the cavity was deeper than it was. It wasn't. The procedure, so they just filled it, rebuilt it. That took an hour. Of course, an hour home, but we went to BJ's first, so that took another hour and a half to get all the stuff she wanted. Then we drove home, went over to Food Lion. No, I haven't eaten today. No, my blood sugar wasn't high. No, my pulse wasn't high. I'm thinking I'm getting a silent migraine. I almost fainted. I was so dizzy, so nauseous, awful, which is also MCAS, and MCAS causes silent migraines for me. So I did take a Motrin. I am still very, very dizzy. I am in there cooking in the air fryer 2 burger patties I smushed into one. And I'm going to take my potato keto chow and make some eggs and make it like a little gravy thing like I've done in the past. And y'all, all I've eaten is picanha for 4+ days straight, nothing else. Staying in a severe calorie deficit. For me, weight under 2,000 calories and my weight going up. Not down, up. Carnivore is hard for me. I can't eat the calories I need to. I wasn't planning on eating so low, but without some cream cheese with tons of calories, it's really hard for me. So I only got 2 hours of sleep last night, y'all. I cannot sleep. Brought praline on the front porch. I would have slept longer during the day, but we had an appointment that was an hour away. It's like 1, I think. Let me see. Yeah, it just turned 1. I was gonna go to sleep because I'm exhausted, but I know I won't sleep more than 2 hours and it'll just mess up tonight's sleep. But I cannot sleep. When I mean I am having the worst insomnia of my life, where even in the day I'm jerked awake constantly by everything, like I'm not joking. It is like crazy bad. And it zapped all my energy. I have not been able to do anything I wanted this month. I haven't been able to film the way I want to. Enjoy these beautiful 68-degree weather days. All of a sudden, after having 10-degree weather days, he's never been on this porch before. He's exploring. I can't sleep and it's horrible. It's horrible. Now, at night, I think I'm having severe mast. My arm, this arm right here is itching like a crazy person. And it is swelling like huge. Okay, let me see if I can hold the phone. All right, you see this little increase right here? That whole thing will swell up 3 inches. 3 inches. And I don't know why. I've washed my sheets. It doesn't make a difference. And it only happens at night. And mast cell can react at night. That's how I was when I was a kid. But it wasn't my arm doing that. It was my back always. And this is not the arm that has the CGM. So it's not causing that. But let me tell y'all, it is driving me insane. So between the itching, between the cats, between way too hot, way too cold, way too hot, way too cold, no sleep is real. Great, I get him. He got down, and there's a lot of dead bugs on this porch. But literally, is it just my conditions, or have any of y'all done a carnivore for this long and had severe issues sleeping? Let me know. Hopefully I don't have an issue. We will find out. I am having a standard rib roast. Never had one before. I'm having 3 eggs and some butter and a bunch of Redmond's real salt. Plus I did their chef blend cooking it. And we're gonna see if I can actually eat all this, and if upping my calories and real food intake instead of pork rinds and cream cheese, even though I've been doing it for a whole week now, I am not getting any results because I think my calories were too low. So let's see if I can eat this with no mast cell reaction, because like I said, I have never had this cut before. Let's do calorie count. I look horrible. Just ignore what I look like right now. I'm so exhausted. So it was anywhere between 1,000 and 1,300 for the prime rib roast. I didn't eat a lot of the fat on it, but that is if I ate the fat. And it was taken in consideration that there's a bone, and it was taken in consideration that it was air fried. Okay, so we'll say about 1,100 calories, 13 at the most. 300 for the eggs. So we'll do, that's 1,400. I had 4 tables of butter in total. That is another 400. So we're like 1,700 calories at least, anywhere between 24 and 1,700 calories. And that includes my coffees of the day. So I'm still below the 3,000, and there's no way I can get that high because I am so full, y'all. So full. Putting this plastic really made a huge difference. So we were having wind chills 10 below, and we were in the 20s and 19s, but it did not get that cold in here. When the cat water was completely frozen in the yard, even deeper than the cat water in there, little pin, it did not freeze. Did it? No. And it wasn't as cold. No. Little trouble. Yes, I just got out of there. You're in trouble. I took him for a walk with me, and he decided to go crazy and hiss at me and go nutso because he wanted to run away. We're not running away. Hey, baby. So hard to see through there. Yep, can't really see. It's in the way. So I've been in there forever with y'all. Anyone down here? Hi, Cheeto. Y'all have made a mess. There's cat fur and treats just everywhere. I saw Sissy. Where did Sissy go? Yes, trouble. But yes, I want this for my porch next year. Hey, you're going to cut your toes off in that chicken wire the way you're doing it. Stop that. Baby, you're making me nervous. We got to figure out something to put. I know. I need to go to, like, Daddy did on his back porch. Thrift stores and look for those vertical vines, and we cut them apart. Because we had some old ones of mine, and we cut them apart, and he runs, the little pieces through the chicken wire. They wouldn't be able to get their paws stuck anymore. It is sunny. Everyone's sleeping. I should have went to sleep, but then I would have missed the day. Hopefully I can sleep tonight. I can tell you my food gave me energy. Maybe that's my problem. I tried on a different lipstick, and it's really stained my lips, and I haven't put anything on top of it. But maybe that's one of my problems is I eat so late in the day, it makes it where I can't sleep. Maybe it gives me like too much energy. I don't know. Also, the stupid mast cell crap happens every single night. But it's not the horrible I'm throwing up. It's the allergy. Everyone's histamine dumps around 3 a.m. already. But with people with mast cell, it tends to be worse. It's when I get really stopped up, my face gets bloodshot red, I get extremely hot. Then I also start having blood sugars lowering issues. We're gonna see what happens tonight with my blood sugar. It dropped again last night. What a surprise. But hello, Miss Taki. Babies. And I don't mean these ones. I mean, Rocket belongs to her. Matilda belongs to her. So she's grandma to, she's aunt to Sissy, Cheeto, and Snow. Grandma to Smurf and Trouble. These are also her cats. This was the summer's litter. Hello, Princess. Rose is over there walking. Jack is right there. So 2 orange males and 2 beautiful girls. And then I have a picture. I don't think I can film them. But her 3 new infants that usually none of her winter litter survives. But they survived the coldest nights. I can zoom in because I've had to go way far away from them. There is 3 back there. But there's her little new ones. And of course, Josh's daddy, because, he's a ho-ho. But, she has a gray and white striped one behind those 2. These ones have got the orange and browns and cream colors. Taki, you're the color of the grass. If you're wondering why these ones are loose, but I have 7 in a cage. 1, they were born out here. There used to be an out here. The other ones were not. 2, these ones are my mother's cats. Hi, Taki. You look so pretty. We need to screenshot that. Yeah, it's starting to get cold. Starting to get cold. Look at you. You match the grass like your mommy. And there's your sister, Rose. Note, it's 7:30. It's 8 something now. We'll see if it makes me sick. I had my favorite pickles, little pickle spears. I bought a really small jar of it, and I ate like half the jar. So, calorie rise, it's 0. Carb wise, it's like maybe 1, 2. But sodium wise and vinegar it sets off mast cell sometimes. So we'll see. But I was craving it. I also drank some of the pickle juice. I think I'm low on salt or something. Like, I went to the grocery store and I never think of buying pickles, even though they used to be my favorite. It's nothing I think of. I don't crave it anymore, but today I was craving it. So I bought it. I figured there was a reason if I'm craving it. This is also the first time, I will admit, during carnivore, I don't feel like I'm missing out like I did on keto. On keto, I felt deprived. Carnivore, I don't, which is weird because I have less carbs and less things to choose from, but I think it's because I don't have to calorie count. Like, I can eat a lot of food and not gain weight. I'm having calorie issues on eating under and gaining weight because I'm eating under, but I don't have to calorie count. I don't have to get triggered by the carbs I'm eating. Even though it's 20 total, it always... on keto, I had to be really strict about my calories. I had to stay around 1,200. On carnivore, I can go all the way up there. But, it's weird. Just that small amount of carbs on keto made it where I had to calorie count. And now I don't. Also, I got sick a lot. And that's probably because of my mess. I was eating stuff I shouldn't be and didn't realize it. But I'm going to shut up now. I'm hoping to go to bed soon. That's why I'm already in bed and the lights are off. Y'all, with the bone. Everyone calm down. Chill out. That was just Daddy's phone. Don't freak out. Breathe. Okay, with the bone, after cooking this sucker, first of all, I cooked way too long. I think they lied about the weight because it should have taken another 15 minutes. And when I ended the thing, it was already 1:45 and I was going for 1:15. Okay, I was cooking at 3:25. And I had already been cooking for 15 minutes. It needed way longer, but it is overcooked. And I weighed it. It's only 1 pound 4 ounces, and it was almost 2 pounds, supposedly. And I don't think we cooked that much off. I think they lied about the weight. I think I got cheated. Because I definitely did not cook that much off. Now that's making me want to cook some eggs because I thought I was eating a 2 pound steak almost. Right? I thought I was getting a lot of steak. So I might be cooking some eggs in a second. We'll see. All right. No, that's 2. Sitting the butter on the wood yesterday did not work out so well for me. It was just, I'm going to weigh out my butter. So it made a big mess. Like it was hard to scrub off and melted onto it. The egg was fine though. That's easy. You just put hot water in. Okay, that was 1 tablespoon. I'm really good at knowing what's a tablespoon or not. I'm trying to get to 2. I thought they would fit in this cup, but I'm not sure. Oh, that's under 2. Let's see. This is not going to be pretty. Okay, that's 2, but that's not pretty. That is not pretty. I'm trying to make pictures, you know. Let's see. All right. Let's add some salt. A lot of salt. And instead of eggs, even though eggs would be so good, I feel like dirtying up pans and making eggs. Because this does need to rest for a second. We'll just go with pickles. Definitely gonna need to go buy more. I might go buy more. Because I want to go buy more of this steak. Supposedly they're supposed to have some Monday, and I'm gonna pick up a bunch Monday for Christmas. Alright, you know what? Let's just go ahead. Get some more salt. And let's bring y'all closer. I was gonna zoom, but it won't work. And this is what I'm eating, and it is 2:38. Alright, so I bought some wigs on the TikTok shop for some funsies and little baggies to put them in. But the other 2 I really don't like at all. And it's not to go out in public. I know tons of people do. But it's just to make videos and have fun with it. I like this one. So I am keeping this one. But the other 2, I told my daughter she could have. Haley could have them. I was just seeing also if I let my hair grow again, would I like it at this weight or not? Because that's one of the problems. When I was so big, I hated my hair because it made my face look so much bigger. And I'm also seeing if I want to get my, you know, my bangs cut up a little higher. But this one's kind of fun. Makes me look totally different though. Especially with this sweater on. I feel like I'm a mama. Like when this, maybe grandma's with the sweater, and I don't know. It makes me feel like not me. Maybe I will give this one to my daughter. Or maybe I'll keep it for funsies. I don't know. I should have got fun colors. It was supposed to be really blonde and then a really red. That's not really. My hair is blonder than this wig. That is not platinum. And then this one is a red, but it's not the color red they were showing. And it's definitely not the style. But then I rewatched the person's video, and I guess that person had gone and taken and cut it up. She cut the bangs up. She did a flat iron to it and curls in other areas, so the wig didn't look like anything she was showing, because she had treated and she had done fabric softener in it to make the wig softer. But to me, this is like the softest wig I've ever had. I used a real hairbrush in it. It's like, it doesn't need fabric softener. It's not a cheap ass one. I mean, excuse my language. It is cheap. I didn't pay much. I think I paid like $6 a piece for them, but they were on sale. I buy silly stuff just to play with. What? Rose, you gave Mommy a heart attack. You chased friggin' snow up the tree. And him. She wanted to play with him, and he was scared of her, and just to hiss. Just to hissing his butt off. Oh, I got a stick in my shoe, and now my foot hurts. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Alright, let's talk about yesterday. First of all, the wig did look crazy cute on me, but it was so irritating. I don't know how people wear wigs. I was gonna keep it to have fun with, but like I said, it was so irritating. I just gave it to my daughter too. I've been buying them just to see if I like different haircuts or different hair colors. The cut was flattering, the around the face parts, so I'm thinking about getting like my bangs cut like it instead of like this. So that was one reason I bought it. Now, here we go. Ready? Yesterday did not go as planned. Went to Mom's house to make my dad's dinner. Hung out there for a little while. I seem to have reactions when I've been in their house too long. My mom's generation didn't open windows. At least anyone I've known of her generations were not window opener fans. Her windows haven't opened since 20 years or more. I would get in trouble when I would open mine, especially at night, because that's just not allowed, or if it's cold out or too hot out. So I think it's just all the buildup. And now, because they didn't open their windows for 30-something years, they don't work anymore. So they have to get all new windows put in, because now she's like, I wish I could open my windows. So I think it's all the buildup. And then, so I made my dad's dinner, was making my dad's dinner. My daughter was running 2 hours late to a sleepover already. I told her I would take her. She was waiting for a friend to come, and she said no. The friend gets there. The friend is completely out of gas. Completely out of oil. So we go up, and I buy some oil for them at the not gas station, but the grocery store. Thank God they just started selling it, because that was just a mile from the house. So I think we're done. We go back, and the oil cap won't come off. So it's an older car, that obviously did not have an oil change like they thought it did, because the gas cap broke. It was completely, the inside just broke inside the tank, in the little circle thing, because it hadn't been removed in so many years. So we managed to get it out of it, and then I had to drive up to an auto store and buy a oil tank cover, little cap. Thank God they had it. They only had one left. They're both, they're like 20, with some severe disabilities, but you know how hard it is to get on disability. They're like Haley with autism, and this one's got massive activation syndrome too, and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and severe POTS. So their life is really crazy. So my parents, being the loving parents they are, they paid for that all, plus 20 for gas. But this is what I'm getting at. These tiny little things can destroy someone's life, because that was like $75 just for some oil, a cap, and $20 of gas. Life has become very expensive. I remember getting oil for like $1 something. And the gas station was way cheaper than the, it was like, not gas station, the grocery store was only $7 a bottle, but the auto place, which I will not name, was going to be $14 a bottle. And the one from Food Lion is just fine, especially it's Chevron, and especially since it's going to need an oil change anyways. But everything's getting out of hand. I did get them coffee as a surprise because, everyone was having a breakdown. Brought in coffee for Dino, my daughter and her friend, and then got my dad his, his Baskin Robbins ice cream, because he was upset because he wanted ice cream so bad, and I had to go do other stuff. But everyone got stuff, and everyone was happy, but it's insane how much everything costs. And I did not have a jacket because it was warmer when the sun was out, and then we were out there doing it, and I got frozen. So, was it the stress? Was it? Okay, so if you don't understand mast cell activation syndrome, basically it makes you allergic to stuff. It messes with your histamines, plus a lot of other crap that isn't as noticeable. This time of year, my bucket's halfway full from the cold already. And if I get colder, it feels more. And it makes me more sensitive to light, sound, smells, meaning I can have allergic reactions. So, most foods that I have reactions to, like chicken, it's in seconds. I have allergic reaction to chicken in seconds, so I know that's what caused it. If I'm eating foods that usually doesn't affect me at that moment, but it could still be affecting me, meaning I have a bucket that's halfway full already because of the cold. Then it's another little bit full because I have mast cell, right? And then at 3 a.m., your histamines usually release between 12 and 3 a.m. all throughout your body, okay? That's a normal thing for normal people, and it's usually just a little, but for people with mast cell, it can be a huge amount. So having this issue, getting more cold, the stress, eating the pickles and the pickle juice, I think is what did it, though. I'm going to be honest, because it was like 13 hours prior and I was throwing up pickles. I don't think they moved out of my stomach like they were supposed to. Like, they move slower. Okay, so it takes 15 to 16 plus hours for anything to move out of my stomach. But meat, eggs, butter, coffees, none of that affects my digestion system at all. I'm fine. It doesn't matter if it sits in there because it gets utilized more than a vegetable. But I was really craving pickles and pickle juice to death. So I don't know if it was just it. I believe it was, I might be able to get away with it other times, but I believe it was a stack up in the bucket because I had a horrible reaction. I fell asleep before 10 last night. I woke up around 12, running to the bathroom with a bucket both ways. I was so sick. And my temperature dropped extremely low again. Of course, the pulse goes high, the blood pressure drops to the ground. Like, it's dangerous. Look at what your body does when it goes in the shock. The shaking, the lowering of everything. That is what happens to me every time I have what I call the main event mast cell reaction, okay? When I have a main event episode, my body goes in the shock every time. I had pillows stacked all the way against this wall. I was in a complete sit-up position. I had a heating pad. The house wasn't cold, but my temperature lowers and I have to get warm. I had 7 blankets on top of me, folded up to make them thicker. And then the worst part is I kept having to pee. My blood sugars were fine, and I am up on the scale today, which I knew I would be because every time I have a mast cell reaction, I go up about 5 to 10 pounds every time, instantly. It's because my body goes stressed and my blood sugars will raise later during the night. I was peeing constantly, so I had to keep getting back up. So every time I calm my body down and the shaking would stop and my blood not my blood, but my temperature would start going up, I would have to get back up and start the process back over. So I didn't wake up until 10:30 because by the time it was finally all over and I could put the pillows down, because I cannot sleep in an upright position. I even bought, it's here somewhere, one of those things, airplane pillows, to try to hold my neck, and it did not work. I could not really sleep. Like, my neck wasn't falling, but it was very uncomfortable because you can't lay down when it's happening. You will literally have throw up coming out your mouth if you lay down. Now some of y'all might be like, well, that kind of sounds like heartburn. Well, you have mast cells in your stomach, which creates the heartburn, believe it or not. Like, it causes people to have heartburn. Some people are diagnosed with heartburn, IBS, That's what I was, GERD. I was diagnosed with all that crap because we were missing that. When Haley was a little girl, we used to go to a allergist together. She was like 3, so 17 years ago. I was diagnosed with mast cell, but it didn't have a name. The name came out like a few months later. And I was diagnosed being born with it because of all the blood work I had as a child, all the episodes, the skin writing. Every time I lay down, I would itch like a crazy person. That is back, and that is very hard to sleep through. Like, all the allergies, being allergic to things I wasn't actually allergic to. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze. So, having allergic reactions to things that you've been tested for and you're not allergic to is a huge sign you have mast cell activation syndrome or histamine intolerance. I have both. It comes together. Some people with mast cell don't have histamine intolerance. Some people with histamine intolerance does not have mast cell. I have the combination. I also have dysautonomia on top of it, which is, so POTS is a part of it, but dysautonomia is the worst thing. Like, you can have POTS and not dysautonomia, but you can have dysautonomia, which is so bad in my opinion, and then you can have POTS on top of that. But dysautonomia all on its own does everything that POTS does almost. So I've been fighting all that, and I was sick all night, and I think we're going out today. Dino's in there getting dressed. This is makeup from yesterday. The only thing I did not wash my face. I am not a face washer. I'm not gonna lie. I have never been like, oh my gosh, let's go wash my makeup off. I don't wear foundation. I don't wear concealers. I don't wear cover-ups. I wear CeraVe lotion, and sometimes during the summer I wear the sunscreen CeraVe tinted, but I don't even have blush on. I just wear some eye makeup, and it doesn't affect my eyes. It never has. I just let it wear itself off. And I always have some kind of lip gloss thingy on because I get dry lips. So it was easy for me to get dressed, take a little nice shower real fast. Well, I took it last night because I'm a night shower. I like to get in my bed clean. I'm the opposite of Dino. Dino likes to take mornings. I take nights. I probably should have took a morning because I was too cold to wash my hair, but I'm just going to pull my hair up in a ponytail when we go out anyways. But all I've had is this coffee, which is almost gone. I've been up for 2+ hours. Gonna get another coffee. So I can't say, oh, it was the pickles. Oh, it was that steak. Because I didn't have reactions at that moment. And that's how I judge my foods. If I have a reaction within 30 minutes of eating it, like 0 to 30 minutes of eating it, then I know it was that item completely, and to stay away from it. It's how so many items are off my eating list. Like chicken is within minutes of eating chicken. Sometimes just smelling the chicken, I have a reaction. So also Dino kissed me after eating peanuts 2 days ago as well, so that added to the bucket, because with mast cell you need to stay away from peanuts, and I do have reactions to peanuts even though I'm not actually allergic to peanuts. Also he got some ginseng. He's been getting ginseng powder on my cup without telling me, and I'm allergic to ginseng. And he's not washing it off because he doesn't think people can be allergic to ginseng. I'm allergic to freaking lights, y'all. Lights can give me an allergic reaction. So now I know to rinse my cups off, just in case. Because he thinks ginsen's very healthy for you. I'm not. People can believe what they want to. I am not a fan of adding extra plants if I need. Like, I'm not going to eat a plant as a vitamin, usually. That's just, like, I would eat a strawberry. But I'm not going to do something that I know I've never been able to have ginseng. I have reactions. I have reactions to ginger, and ginger is a very, very healthy plant, in my opinion. Like roots, ginger, cinnamon, but they are both no-nos for people with mast cell. It does not work. And I've given up all processed foods basically now. I haven't had processed food since my sister and him were here, and I paid for it. I got really sick eating that deli meat. So, and before that, I hadn't had it in a long time. Once in a blue moon, I'll have some cheese, but I haven't had that since my sister and them were here. The only processed food I guess I have had is the cream cheese. That does not affect me whatsoever. I prefer, okay, y'all. This girl has never eaten a million different brands of cream cheese as I have in the last 3 months. Because I was trying to find, they would sell out my favorite one. My favorite one is $5 a block. I'm no longer eating that one right now because it's a price. And sometimes cream cheese and pork rinds is the only thing I can get away with. Is the scale doing what I want? No, it's not. Is my stomach swelling? Yes, it is. But it's also misbehaving due to the cold weather because of my mast cell. So I'm just eating what I can to not go past the 180s, right? To just stay right there or lower until mast cell calms down and we can switch things up. So I've gone through a lot of cream cheese. And I'm going to say, I thought Philadelphia cream cheese was my favorite until I tried this other brand that I'm totally in love with, but I can't remember the name of it all of a sudden. It's not sold in most states. It's here in North Carolina mostly. But, and then I thought this other brand that's more expensive was my favorite. Then we ran out. So then I tried the Lidl's brand. I love the Lidl's brand. I love the texture. I've tried tons. It's a grainy texture and I cannot stand. My favorite right now, believe it or not, is just the Costco that you buy in the box. Their brand, their cook ones. That is my favorite. The texture is perfect. It's very creamy, which I know means they're putting more of the gummification stuff in it, which is fine because it doesn't affect me. That is my all-time favorite. Then Lidl's. Then the friggin' Walmart low-fat brand. But I don't like Philadelphia anymore. It is more of a cream, not a cream, a grainy texture compared to all the others. But because I was so used to only eating theirs for years, I didn't realize how grainy texture it is. Now, I can admit that the 1/3 fat one is way better texture for me than the normal one. I know, it sounds weird. It's a texture thing. It's a huge deal with cream cheese to me. Cream cheese should be extremely creamy. No grainy, no dryness. It should be nice and creamy. Probably should get dressed in a minute. But I don't know how prices are ever going to go down, let's be honest. On the whole, I'm hearing tons of people yell about living wages, but see, corporations isn't going to give up their money. I don't believe in socialism, meaning I don't believe that you have the right to cap someone's stuff that they're selling, or but I do believe that there should be, maybe the government should get their own milk farms and stuff and have some cheaper milks and stuff that they sell or something. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't believe you should tell a milk farmer or a cat like they can't go over a certain price, because their feed, then you gotta say the feed can't go over a certain price and this can't go over a certain price. There's no end to it is the problem. That's the problem here. There's no end, because in the end there won't be milk anymore or some other product anymore, because I'm just using milk as an example because my daughter loves milk. Because in the end, other things around it's going to go up. So the milk prices would have to go up. And if someone makes more money, all of a sudden the store is going to start charging more money. There's no answer. Like, I honestly don't know what the answer is, because I don't believe in the whole standing in line for a loaf of bread because that's what you got to do. And like, we all learned this in school if you're Gen X, about how in Russia you had to stand in line for loaves of bread for hours, then go stand in line somewhere else for something for hours. I don't know what the answer is. I can't even watch TikTok anymore because it's all political. It's all yelling about living wages and prices, and yeah, the prices are out of hand. It is crazy. Do not get me wrong. But they should not let it jump so high in the last 10 years for everything. That's the problem. They let it jump too high. And it started over 10 years ago when they let everything shoot up. Don't get me wrong. The gas prices in North Carolina, to me, are amazing. Like $2.30 a gallon. There are certain things, like if you buy the meat that's on sale, like is $7.99 a pound right now for this amazing cut of standing rib roast, which I know they only carry at Christmas. But a friggin' chuck steak is now $14 a pound. No, that's crazy. No. A chuck steak to me is the worst cut in the whole entire world and does not belong to be over $5.99 a pound at the most. It's a horrible cut. Horrible cut. You will never convince me otherwise. So there's no answer. Like, I don't know where you would begin to get an answer for that. That's why I said maybe the government can have some cows and charge cheaper milk or something. I don't know. I can understand, like, my daughter has to have her special milk. It has to be lactose free. She can't live without it. She's very, very, very autistic when it comes to food, and she has OCD and all this other stuff, and she has a OCD food disorder. So she has to have her milk. And I guess why I'm on the milk thing is I'm paying like $45 or more a week for her milk. For milk. We're spending over $200 just for milk. And the same milk used to be way cheaper. It has doubled in price. And I don't mean double in price in this last year. I mean about 3 years ago it doubled in price and has never gone down. Well, let me rephrase that. It has gone down, like $2 has come off in the last month. So I'm hoping that $2 in half a gallon will stay off. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to shut up and finish getting dressed because I just threw this jacket on because I was cold in here. And I'll show you what I eat today. And I'll tell you what I do. Okay, so we ended up going to Southern Pines, so it is dark. I think it's after 6 now. We just got home. I haven't eaten today. I did get me a Starbucks coffee. I'm still nursing it. I get the Americano, and I bring my own heavy cream and Skinny Girl syrup, so it is delicious, and I don't have a reaction. Getting a little nauseous because I am starving. I have to go in and cook still. Got the cats. Look at that. Look at the sky. It's so pretty. So pretty. Let me see if I need to take a picture of that. That is so pretty. I bet it won't come out though. Hold on. Let me take a picture because I've been... My standing ribeye roast. It was almost 3 pounds. It is under 2 now. Who knows what it'll be with no bone. And 3 tablespoons of butter. It's 7. My only meal of the day. I'm pretty sure I can eat it all because I'm starving. Alright, how did my day go? Horrible. I was expecting to be back home by 4. I left around 1, 12 o'clock, somewhere in there. I went to Food Lion, got the meat for Christmas and a bunch of extras for me and myself. What I've been eating, I've been showing y'all in the video. $7.99 a pound, you cannot beat that. I did have that for dinner. I am up on the scale drastically, y'all. Drastically, and my stomach is very swollen. That's without cream cheese. That's without pork rinds. That's just the meat. Like, that's all I had today. That's all I had yesterday. I had butter yesterday. I didn't have it today. I had it yesterday with butter. Didn't have it. And the day before. Now, I did have a mast cell reaction 2 nights ago. I don't know if I'm going to have one tonight. I'm not feeling so great. So we'll see. I understand stress, no sleep, all that adds to the scale, but I am so frustrated that I have lowered my calories because I cannot seem to eat the calories I had this summer or this fall. My calories are lowered drastically. I should be losing weight according to all the experts in the world, but instead I am gaining weight. I am also carnivore, meaning we'll call it carnivore or whatever, ketovore, because people have a fit over the, well, nothing the last few days other than the coffee. Some people freak out, oh, you can't have coffee, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, it's not like it's got real milk or anything in it. But my weight, okay, my insulins are under control right now, other than some drops at night. My weight should be pouring off. I should not be 11 pounds up in the scale in the last month and a half. I'm 11 pounds higher in a month and a half without lowering calories, lowering my fat intake, because I can't, it's not sustainable for me. All right. Do you hear what I'm saying? I can't eat that much food. It's not sustainable for me if I have to eat that much food. It's not possible. Okay, I watch Beef Butter Girl, right? Butter Beef Girl, something like that. I watch her. She's skinny as a stick, and she eats so much butter, so much steak. Like, she eats a minimum of 3,000 calories. It's a whole lot that she eats. I could never do that. If that's what I have to do, and watching all these other women who's been doing carnivore for years, if I have to eat that much, it is not sustainable for me. I can't do it. I'm not the overeater. I wasn't fat because I overeated. That's what drives me insane when all these coaches and trainers and nutritionists are all like, you had to be eating buffets to be 424. No, I wasn't. I'm not an eater. I get hungry once a day for a very small amount. I didn't eat all my steak today. I didn't eat it all yesterday. I didn't eat it all the day before. I'm not eating the fat. Plus, it has a big bone. So when I tell you I am eating very little right now, it's because I feel full 24/7. Carnivore just keeps me full. I'm never hungry. And I was never an overeater because I would throw it up. It wouldn't stay inside my body. It would get thrown up if I overate because my mast cell reactions would go crazy because I had too much crap in me and I would be throwing up. And we ate out a lot of food, and I would end up throwing it all up every night. Meaning if I had one slice of friggin' Pizza Hut pizza, I'd be throwing it up because I have mast cell reactions to it. I've never been able to find a pizza where I don't throw it all up. Even when I make my own, but I now know it's probably because of the bell pepper, because every pizza I ever ordered had bell pepper on it because it's my favorite topping. So yeah, that always made me throw up. But it's so frustrating. I am so frustrated and I am so swollen. It is ridiculous. But anyways, this is what happened. I went to Food Lion, I brought everything home because I got sidetracked talking, you know. And then, well, that's not what took so long. I messed up what I was telling y'all. I got out of order. Alright, so then I brought it all home and I went back out. I had to run into Ross, I had to run into Marshall's. Those did not take very long, maybe 30 minutes total. And then I went over to Lidl's and it was packed. And by the time I got done shopping, getting everything on my mom's list, it had taken like 45 minutes because people were just standing blocking everything. And then I get over to the registers and their registers had only been taking cash for over 2 hours. Did they bother to put a sign up? Did they bother to tell anyone? No. No, so there's tons of groceries sitting off to the side that needs to be put back, which I'm not going to shop there for a while in case they sit there for a while and they just go put them back because I don't know what they're going to do. I'm talking about cold stuff because there was only one worker. It's not like she could stop and go put it back. So there was tons of us all upset, and I just waited. I was trying to do math in my head. I only had $80 in cash, and I normally don't have any cash. I was getting another shopping cart, trying to separate, and the machine I happened to be going to, she's like, just try it. But at this time, it has now been 1 hour and 30 minutes being in there because we were standing around waiting. So I tried it, and it actually went through. But that took way longer than it was supposed to. So I get home and it's 5 o'clock, and then I have to feed all the cats inside, outside. I have to do litter. I have to, had to go do something for my mom, which I don't remember what it was. Then I had to come home. I put dishes away. I started my dinner. It took 40 minutes to cook. Then I ate it. And then I decided, okay, let's get the main bathroom completely scrubbed, meaning every single thing, every extra cabinet, everything, trash, everything came out of there. The cat litter box got thrown away, and all the cat litter, I'm having to change it all out. They're being treated for parasites. I'm starting to wonder if they ripped me off. I'm starting to wonder because all my cats had been treated for it before. None of them had it. JJ had been treated for it before he came in this house. And then all of a sudden they say he had it. But I don't want to gross people out. But what they're saying they had kills, the first dose kills it, and it comes out immediately. And you see them come out. I've gone through this every time I detoxed any of the cats before coming in the house. Even Sharky, Willow, Piper when they were a baby. It comes out. The very first time. Very first dose. Well, almost on to our second. Nothing came out. So I hope they were not wrong when they said he had it. Because they have all thrown up hairballs and nothing's come out, and it should have. And I said, I'm not sure they had it in the first place because even before taking the meds, if they throw up hairballs, they would throw them up. And they didn't. It would be coming out all the time. I would notice. You can tell when they have certain things. I've had enough animals in my life to know this. But they're definitely going to be cleaned out by the time they're done with 3 doses. Plus, we're going to get him retested. And then we'll see from there. So I did the main bathroom. Everything got wiped down. Everything. I did the toilets, the counters, the sinks, the showers, the walls. Everything got scrubbed down. Everything got sprayed with vinegar. Everything got mopped, vacuum swept. A brand new, all the rugs got thrown away. Brand new cat litter box came in. Brand new cat litter, trash can, everything. Going to be, since the scoopers are made of metal, and they're the really tall, expensive ones, I will be soaking them out tomorrow. I'm going to boil a bunch of water and soak them in buckets outside on the porch tomorrow with Dawn and tons of vinegar. So that one got done. Then I came into the living room and I did the living room section where the cat litter is and did that cat litter box, changed it out and everything. Put a bigger cat litter box in there, but I'm not liking it, so we'll see. I will finish the whole living room section tomorrow, like all the floors and wiping the rest of it all down, so it's like a quarter done. And I was just too tired to do any more, and I just finished that, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm exhausted. My back is killing me. It is killing me. I'm not throwing out those cat litter boxes because I'm going to use them out in the cat terrarium. I'm sure they have whatever, like, it would have come from outside anyways. So I'm just going to use them out there because they need bigger and more cat litter boxes. 7 cats in that terrarium. My mother's cats are coming up here and teasing them all night long. And it's making me feel horrible. that the Airbnb is watching all these other cats be free. One of the cats I'm missing right now, though. She's my favorite, Princess. I don't know where she is. Hopefully she's just off somewhere. And she always comes home at a certain time to eat, and she didn't tonight. I really wish there was someone that could adopt the cats in the cat terrarium. It's not like I want to I'd rather them go live in someone's house and be loved than them being stuck in a cat terrarium. It's just every single time I let Rocket out, he gets seriously hurt. He has fallen and completely broken his foot. His foot is better, though. He disappeared for 2 whole weeks. I thought he was dead. He came back busted up to pieces, tons of gashes, and hurt his leg again, and he was so skinny and a mess. Then he got chased up a tree, and his little tips of his toes are off, which I know is from probably sliding down the tree, trying to stop himself from, I don't even think about it. But every single time he goes out, Josh is mean, and he chases him off, and he gets him hurt. The reason he broke his leg is because he was on top the car house thing, and he did not go back over to the tree to get down. He decided he wanted me too much when he was younger, and he jumped down from that high and broke his foot. But he'll fine. He'll completely fine. But that cat definitely has 9 lives, but he's at the end of his 9 lives. That's why I can't just let him out anymore. That cat is dumb. Oh, and if it wasn't bad enough, all this stuff I've done today, I came in here and little girl peed on my stupid rug. So now, thank God, it's a washable rug. So it's got to get washed. And there was an accident in my bed by her, too. While she was sleeping. So they're in the wash right now. And because I want to make sure they get clean, it's multiple loads. Should have been doing so good. I don't know. I think they left something in her because she will do great for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then all of a sudden she's marking everywhere. And it seems to be the same time the cats outside are in heat. Maybe they're just making her nervous coming around. She hears them. I don't know. And we're not throwing her outside right now, and I don't know what to do about it right this minute. And when I mean outside, I mean the cat terrarium, because I don't think those cats are going to like her, and I don't think she's going to like those cats, and I don't want to do that to her. So I have no idea. I could be discussing this 30 years from now, for all I know. Meaning, I don't know what's going to happen. I know what I want to happen, but Dino's hurt right now, so maybe when he's better, because I wanted to make a cat terrarium for all my cats, meaning like they would have this outdoor porch thing that goes off, comes attached to the window of the house, that we never, well, we could leave the window open, put one of those little cat doors in the window and let them go in and out of it, and then she could live in there or something. I don't know, but that's, I wanted to add a little cat terrarium onto the house for the cats, especially because of JJ's little temper tantrums. That way he could be left in there, and I wanted it to be the one that I could pull down, like close the doors or wood. Like, I've designed it. It's really fancy, and it would be attached to the house for them, and there would be a screened in door that I could get to it from the outside so that I could go in there and clean it and stuff. But we'll see what the future holds. But anyways, I'm going to shut up. I also found out that sodium, if your sodium levels are low, it can cause you to retain water and gain weight. And I've been craving salt, so that could be an issue. Or I could have just really retained weight from all that pickle juice that day. Of course, that was 3-4 days ago now. But I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to try to fall asleep soon. But I don't know, my sleep's all messed up again. My body just wants to sleep at 3 a.m. to 10:30. It seems to put itself on that schedule. Y'all, it is December, and I'm in a tank top. In December. It's almost 70 out here. The breeze is a little cool, but maybe I'll show off the car today. My dad is going to he's got the tractor, and he's putting rock inside here for me because we are getting too much sand in the car, and Look, we have this on both sides, but every time it rains, they get covered. So we're putting rock down and then putting those little feet mat things for the doors. Then he's supposed to, this week, get forklifts and we'll level this out and he can take that away. Dino ended up getting hurt, Dad ended up getting sick, and all of the quick turned into brakes. You can't really see, there you go, see the blue? Kind of looks black, and the sun is very, very blue. Oh my gosh, reflecting me in it. But this is what it looks like. And you can see we're already getting sand. And this is the inside. I'll do a better video another day. It is the 23rd. It is 7:30. This first moment I have to eat today. Each of my coffees is about 100 calories a piece. I have 3 a day, so I had 300 calories. This is supposedly, I weighed it out, took the bone off, asked Alexa. It is at the highest 1,300 calories. So that would put me at 1,600 for the day because I don't plan on eating anything else. We'll see. We'll see. But I can tell you, I peed all day. That's for sure. Holy crap, did I pee all day. Is that your favorite rug in the world? Can we show people what you are doing? Okay, it's a very, 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 very pink rug, but it's not showing up pink. Like, it's showing up a pink, but not the actual color pink that it is. Everything on my phone gives it orange. Like, my cat's orange, but not that orange. Now I gotta figure out what's wrong with my phone. You stop playing? I wanted to show everyone. No? Let me find settings. I gotta figure out why my phone is recording darker.